Any minute now.
You fool, you touched me! You want to kill me? You fool, you want to kill me?
I didn't touch you.
You want to kill me?
I didn't touch
Oh,
you.
he touched me.
No, I'm not trying to kill you.
Why'd you touch him, Benny? I saw you.
I didn't touch him.
Yes, you did. I saw you kind of like reaching out with your hand. You were trying to...
Listen, I extended my hand to shake hands with him, okay? I extended my hand, and then I was like, oh, no, it's the new normal, okay? So I went to give the elbow, and our elbows didn't even, they just got this, it just...
Why did you do that, you big fat fool?
Hey!
Why did you want to see me dead?
I didn't touch you. I'm not trying to kill you. Don, I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you. No, I'm not trying to. Oh my, I didn't touch you.
You want to see me dead, don't you?
You know what? Now I'm starting to hate you. I'm starting to hate you. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna touch you. Yes, believe that.
Stupid fool! You lied.
I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you.
Oh, he hates me.
Several years ago, I'm out in New York City having a lovely night with my family. We are then approached by one of these people. I believe they're called Barkers. They sell us on this terrific comedy show. They tell us that Jerry Seinfeld may pop in. So we purchase tickets. We go to the show. The show was... Jerry Seinfeld did not pop in. We were lied to. My children were devastated. They are huge fans. And I swore to them that one day I would destroy this industry if given the opportunity. So there you go. We are New York tough. Wear a mask and buy my book, or I'll fucking kill you.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on GOVSradio.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Boxcast. And like my good friend Ken Pichello always says, we on TV! And yes, indeed, we are, folks. I'm your host, Don Sill, and we got a great show for you today. We got Marla Schultz. She's on the show today, and a lot of other surprises. But without further ado, let me introduce my good buddy, Benny Rizzuti. Benny, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing great, Don. I'm zooming, baby.
We are
zooming.
We've been the last few episodes, the last 3 or 4 episodes, we've been on the road, remote. We were not able. Yeah, it's been a blast going all around Long Island, meeting up with comedians everywhere. We weren't able to do it this week because I was away. I was in Florida, in Orlando for work, but now we are back. But Benny, this is also our very last Saturday show.
Yeah.
We're now moving to Wednesdays, starting this upcoming Wednesday, where we're going to have Tony Walker on the show. Fudge will be on the show. Joe Pontillo will be on the show. So we have a lot of fun guests coming up. And that's this Wednesday. That's only a few days away. So
days away, yeah. It's like turning your clock ahead.
Yeah, man. So from now on, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Please tune in for our big Wednesday premiere this Wednesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, this will be our last Saturday show. It's kind of bittersweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I'm breaking out into a song. Thanks for the memory. Da, da,
Bob
da,
Hope.
da. It's all I know.
Very good. It's a Bob Hope classic. Google it, everybody. Bob Hope, thanks for the memories.
I happen to have in this little cool area over here. Let me move some of this garbage out of the way. In my cool little area, I have a Bob Hope that Ryan got me. Really great Bob Hope collection.
Nice. Bob Hope is great.
You might have been a headache, but you never were a bore.
I thank you so much.
I've been haunted by this, like when you have a song in your head and it doesn't leave your head and everything. I've been having, how William Shatner used to do songs like Taxi, the song by Harry Chapin.
I've got something inside me to drive a princess blind. There's a wild man, wizard, he's hiding in me, illuminating my mind.
So, I mean, you know, and he bastardizes these songs. I'm a rocket man. That's what I am.
I'm a rocket man.
I've been having this nightmare of I'm locked in a room for all eternity with William Shatner doing Grateful Dead's Bertha. I had to move, really had to move. That's why, if you please, I am on my bending knee. Bertha, don't you come around here anymore.
Nice. Very good, Booch Rizzuti.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nobody helps him. Now he has his revenge.
All you have to do, Spock, is take pauses in between words.
That
We, the
is the
people,
secret to William Shatner.
is
We should talk like this the whole show.
during the whole show.
Hello there, President Donald J. Trump, the puppeteer, taking time out of my very, very busy schedule, playing golf, to tell you that now in these troubling times, we all need to laugh. So watch, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with Don and Benny on GOVS Comedy Club Radio. So many great interviews and hilarious comedy. We on TV. This is a message endorsed by me, President Donald Trump, the puppet. Great stuff. Great stuff. And I know great is Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up. Don and Benny. They're great. What, it's still on? Go watch it. It's got the presidential seal of approval.
Hello people at PUSUSU, I'm Renee May, manicurist to the stars, with a very special PSA about knocking boots during the COVID age. All you New Yorkers, stay home, minimize contact with other people to stop the spread. And we want to spread other things, if you know what I mean. This pain in the ass virus can be spread through particles of mucus, saliva, and even people's breath. Some of these people don't even know they have symptoms. Oh no! So here are some tips, and not just the tip if you know what I mean, to keeping safe during the COVID age. You are safest as a sex partner with yourself. That's right, masturbation, you can't spread it. Just make sure you're cleaning up after yourself. The next safest partner for a sweaty sex session is probably someone you live with. So look to the left, look to the right. You might be more than roommates after tonight. Please make sure that only have sex with consenting partners. You should limit contact, including sex, with people outside the house. And kissing can also pass the virus. Who even kisses anymore? Oof. Rimming, which is mouth to anus, that could spread the virus too. Do yourself a favor. If you're gonna go head deep in that peach cobbler, make sure you got some whipped cream and alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Wear a face mask or a nose covering, and a mouth covering, please. Besides, if you didn't brush your teeth, it would certainly help. I don't want to smell your onion breath all day long. And hey, a face mask might be a thing, might not be a thing, but you know, it can add some kinky stuff to the bedroom, if you know what I mean. Always nice to pretend you're screwing someone else. So remember, always stay safe, always stay smart, and from the look in your pants, that's one to grow on.
Cause we on TV, we on TV, we on TV. Yeah, we on TV. We on TV.
Monty Belligerent here. Here's the problem with the world. Everybody cares too much about what other people are doing. When I was a kid, if there were gay kids around, I didn't know they were gay. I didn't care, even if I found out they were gay, as long as they didn't bother me. Back then, if you thought someone was gay, the biggest concern was they were going to hit on you. Because we were so full of ourselves, we were so attractive to other men that they would turn around and say, I'm gay and I want to kiss you. Stupid. You know, I didn't care. I didn't care about anything. I was trying not to get beat up. I mean, even the girls used to beat me up. My father, I would tell him, look, the girls are beating me up. You know what he would say? Walk on the other side of the street. That's what I was told. Fight your own battles, because that was all part of learning. Nowadays, everybody's got to fight everybody else's battles. I don't care if you hate America. What am I to say you shouldn't hate America? I mean, you shouldn't, but I'm not going to tell you not to hate America. I don't care. What are you gonna do? But you know, nowadays everybody's walking around, you have to think like me, or else I'm gonna make a sign and walk around and tell people to think like me, or I'll burn down your building. That's ridiculous. If you want to vote for some sleepy guy, or you want to vote for the crazy lunatic, we got two choices. Both of them are crazy. Let's relax. Worry about yourself, because nobody's really worried about you. They're pretending to be worried about you, but they're really not. You know what they're worried about? Themselves. What are you gonna do? Stop caring so much. This is Monty Belligerent. What are you gonna do?
Well, I feel like I want to be the ambassador of the Jews, and I don't understand. It's like my quest to find out why the world hates the Jews. And I was like, all we want to do is love everybody and feed everybody and give unsolicited advice. And she was like, it's the unsolicited advice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is a very funny comedian and host of a brand new podcast right here on GOVS Radio called Flip the Switch with Marla Schultz. She's also a speaker and stand-up comedian. She tours all around. You've seen her everywhere, folks. She's been there and done it all. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Marla Schultz. Marla, how's it going? How's everything?
Everything is good. Hello, Don Sill. Thank you for having me on your radio show.
You look fantastic. You're all you just look amazing right now. Is this how you always just hang out around the house?
No. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? People ask me, like, if I go out in public, again, pre-mask, has somebody hit you? Do you need to call the hotline? I mean, my doormen don't even recognize me when I walk out and I have makeup on. It's amazing.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
Yes, and I think that's awesome. And how have you been doing now during the COVID era, these last few months without comedy and kind of being stuck at home? How have you been making it work?
Well, I'm still alive. I haven't become a statistic, nor has my husband. So I guess, I'm ahead of the curve. Haven't flattened the curve yet, but I'm ahead of the curve. It hasn't been easy. I came off of a really exhausting, my dad dying and then taking care of my mom and doing shows like in the year and a half, 70 flights. Just exhausted. And then my husband had to have a big surgery and I was tapped out. To be perfectly honest, my last show was March 13th and then everything shut down. And I definitely went into like a sugar high because I depleted Fresh Direct Celebration 4-pack cupcakes. Hey, listen, I went into a mini depression. How about you?
2020 has been a crazy year for all of us, but I'm sorry to hear you've been going through all of these really rough times. All these happened in 2020. So.
No, Mom in 2018, but everything else, like coming off of I also had a big surgery back in 2019, which knocked me on my ass, but 2020 it was father, husband, cupcake overload, mini depression, no shows, and here I am with lipstick on.
Wow. and you're overcoming it all, and and moving forward. And I think that's harder than people think sometimes. But what's the secret? Would you say just kind of dig deep and
dig deep and just acknowledge, we all have, listen, I'm a therapy head, and I don't think I'm pro, and I think everybody would use it. I would benefit from it, starting it from the leader of the free world, but not to get political. I think, you just have to acknowledge everybody has dualities, everybody has a dark side, particularly performers. I mean, think about all the top comics, from Jim Carrey, Ben Stiller. They've all had a little, dance with, mental health challenges. So you just have to acknowledge it and be like, and, they always say awareness is the first step. You're just like, oh yeah, that's what that is. That fucking shadow bitch is hanging around raining on my parade.
Do you ever worry that therapy could take away the funny part? Like, you know what I mean? Like I used to worry about that a long time ago. I still, obviously we all battle depression, but I was like on meds.
Oh, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
I knew why I liked you.
and I was afraid when I had to take the meds that it would somehow take away whatever creative, funny thing is going inside me. It turns out it didn't. It just made me gain a lot of weight.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
You're on the wrong med. I'll send you to my doctor.
Okay, very good. But does that ever concern you that, hey, you know what, do I want to get fixed? Do I want my head fixed?
I was like, I had no choice. It was either get my head fixed or, exit stage left permanently to, crossing over to the other side.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was bad. And there's a freedom in talking about it and then also making it funny. Because when you make, humor, I'm a fervent believer that it connects us all. And because we've all had, we're pissed at our husband, we fail, we got a kid who's whatever, we overeat, we cut, we fuck, we steal, we do this. It's all symptomatic behavior that's symptomatic of the feelings. And, so many people are so scared of accessing the feelings and changing. I just knew I was fighting for my life. But in terms of the meds, when they put me on an antidepressant, next thing I know, I was eating and I was like, I'm not satisfied. So that must mean I'm hungry and I'm going to eat more and more and more. And then, being all jacked up from the wrong med, and then they threw in like Ambien, then I was like, I'm in a pharmaceutical stupor. I am going to make a tailgate amount of food in my sleep and eat it and then not know. I had people over and my imaginary friends. I mean, that stuff is, if it doesn't work, it's meant to, just recalibrate your levels. So
yeah, to level you out. So there's like an imbalance and then it levels out the balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just, this was, I should get back on them. There's times when I'm like, you know what, I'm not feeling it or whatever, and and I don't think people who don't have depression understand depression. And that's one thing too about any kind of mental illness, whether it's depression or people, regular people don't seem sympathetic about it. Like if you're laying in bed, you can't get out of bed or something. It's just like, get up,
snap
come on.
out of,
Yeah,
snap
out of
it.
it. Yeah. So that's
but
frustrating.
You can't.
Yeah.
It is frustrating. And it's not fair. Again, it's God forbid you feel good. God forbid you tell somebody that you feel good. When you listen, I used to be like drama rama. How's it going? Well, my mother's got pancreatic cancer. My father had a recurrence. I have a sinus infection. And when you vomit over people, but, I've just been doing all that neuro-linguistics and, in layman's terms, like The Secret, regrooving, thinking positive thoughts, which, when you're breastfed negativity, it's kind of hard, but I'm working on it.
There you go. Well,
you're
doing
the switch.
Yes, you're flipping the switch.
So I like I said, I grew up on Long Island. I grew up with, I used to run with this pack of this Irish girl gang called the Eanes. Kathleen, Maureen, Colleen, Maureen.
Tell me a little bit about Flip the Switch, because I know you had the show Angel's Adventures with Jen Lederer,
which was a blast.
Yeah, and now you're moving on to the next thing here, which is Flip the Switch. When's that debuting here on GOVS Radio?
I'm shooting for like the beginning of October, because I thought it was going to be 2 weeks, but it's the beginning of October, and I'm just lining up guests, and I'm really excited about it because it blends humor. I've been doing stand-up for 28 years. I look fabulous, I know.
Yes.
But it's, I know so many great comedians who have had struggles and are willing to talk about it. And I just think particularly now, because, the CDC, I think the statistic was there's a 40% uptick in people with depression and anxiety based on the quarantine and isolation and just feeling like the whole world is going to blow up. So many people haven't done the tap dance like you and I have. So
Right.
It's really about, humor as the through line, what it was like, what they did, and what their lives are like now. So it's giving people hope that they can, it's so important that how humor or a situation that goes, oh yeah, I remember that. And it flips a switch.
Yes,
There's
indeed.
science to prove it.
I agree totally. I think even people who might not suffer from depression but have been in bad moods. So like for people out there watching that have no idea what the plight of a depressed person is or what it feels like, or they've been in bad moods. And sometimes a bad mood, you can snap out of it or flip the switch if you watch something funny, or if something funny happens, and then like, you ever have an argument with your husband or something, then he just says that one thing and then you stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, because of that, I think there is power to laughter beyond what people think, and that the old, saying, laughter is the best medicine. There is a lot of truth to that.
Yes. I want to come up with a better cliche, because, you're like, yeah, and I also I'm been invited to speak on a couple of things, do keynotes, and they're like, well, what's your topic? And it was like, laughter is the best medicine. So, it could be, laughter is the best high, and you don't need a bong for it or something.
You want to make it cool now, because it's gotten corny, right? The saying laughter is the best medicine has gotten so cliche that people don't even hear it anymore.
Yeah. I think, Hallmark cards, they've retired the saying as well. They're like, no, I'm done with that.
So let's see if we can come up with a few. You want to try to come up with a few right now?
Let's spitball, baby.
All right. So you had one, what was it, left? It's the new high?
Yeah.
What's the?
Or get high on laughter, and you don't need a bong.
There you go. There's one.
Or you don't need a vape, isn't it? Because everybody's vaping.
They're vaping now.
I'm going to write that one down.
Yeah. Laughter will help you escape better than the vape. Does that work? Or that's cheesy, right? You gave me that cheesy look.
No.
I'm onto something.
I like it.
Okay.
Because it could be laughter, escape with because you want to. You're a news guy, it's you want to
right.
get rid of the preposition. So
right.
Escape. Like it could be escape, or want to escape from, or. Something about depression. You want to escape from depression? Let laughter. I don't know. Laughter is better than a vape. What did you say? It was, you know what? Let's see.
I said if you want to escape, laughter will help you escape way better than the vape. And also, if any of our listeners have ideas, feel free to put them in the comments while Marla and I are spitballing here.
That was good.
Yeah, so we got that. We got two good ones so far. We got the vape and the bong. That laughter is better than both of those. Would you say laughter? So it's definitely will help you heal. So how? I'm trying to spin off of that real quick.
Let laughter puncture your pain and let depression drain.
Hey,
Yeah, let
I
depression drain, and let laughter, what is it? Let laughter drain depression. I don't even remember what I just said.
It's laughter will kill the pain, but you have to let it drain. Something like that. Or laughter could kill the pain better than. I'm trying to think of something that would rhyme, but laughter
Something
could
drain.
kill. Yes, something. Yeah, laughter can kill the pain.
You see, when you said that, I immediately go to drain the main vein.
That's also a cliche amongst us men in the locker room sometimes.
I use it all the time. Gotta go drain the main vein.
This year has been crazy, as we all know.
Yep.
But it's flying by. It feels like one long month. Like the time between March and now feels like a blur.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, and so maybe it's a good thing the year's going by so fast, because there's so much craziness going on that we need to, we need to drain the main vein of this year somehow.
Drain the main pain.
Drain the main vein.
There we go.
There we go.
Don, we really have to collaborate on a lot of
Yes,
things.
this is awesome.
Drain the main pain. Love it.
Drain the main pain. That is terrific. There you go.
Or tap into something, and then the spigot. I'm thinking spigot, laughter.
Right, like you turn the faucet on.
Yeah.
And then you drain the main pain.
Drain the main pain. I wish I could TM, sayings, but that's a good one.
Awesome. See, we're onto it. We got to do this more often. We have to have these like think tanks.
Hey, you got to collaborate with other people, because when you're in your head, that's when it gets a little, that's when things can get a little dodgy.
Yeah.
You're like, you think that's funny? Yeah, not really. Especially if you have the inner critic. I mean, who wants to hang out with that?
Yes. Yeah. When nothing's ever good enough.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So what makes you laugh? And I'll break it down. Like, what was there a funny thing, movie, or an experience?
Well,
how about all three?
I'm a huge George Carlin fan, and like Lenny Bruce, that line. I like the truth-telling humor. I like when you kind of go deep. Like Carlin never got deep on himself. He was almost like a really edgy Seinfeld. You know what I mean? But I do like Bill Hicks and that whole line, like guys like Doug Stanhope and that kind of edgier stuff. But I like all comedy. So like even 1-2 punch, old school comics, set up, punch, tag type things. I love all of that.
Take my wife, please. I had my wife down to Atlantic City. She gambled all night. 6 in the morning, I said, let's go to bed. She said, I don't like the odds.
But like, I'm trying to think now, like movies and things, because I have such a wide spectrum when it comes to comedy. So I like movies like Airplane.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
From the 80s, movies that we grew up on.
I like Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That's a good one.
Movies like that.
Don't bite. Just slide it in.
That was a great one, because it was, and I like comedies that have heart. Where it's not just goofy fun or whatever, or like a sex rom-com like Porky's.
Has anybody seen my kind?
A lot of young people watch this, never heard of Porky's, but they all heard of Fast Times, and that's because
Animal House.
Toga, 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 toga,
I think it's because you do care about those characters.
Right.
So I think there's something there. And then through the last couple of years, I loved all the the first Hangover. was probably one of the best comedies
Oh.
of recent years. That was almost a perfect comedy movie.
But I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. Oh, jeez.
How
So-
about Bridesmaids? Did you see Bridesmaids?
Bridesmaids was great. Yeah.
Oh, made
Bridesmaids
me
was
laugh.
awesome. Yeah, that was a great movie.
I'm life, Annie.
Oh,
I'm
what
life.
are you
You
doing?
better fight
What
back,
are you,
Life.
Megan?
You better learn to fight, because life will. Yeah? Life is gonna. I'm life, and I'm gonna bite you in the ass.
You know. Now, do you think, speaking of Bridesmaids and all this, do you like seeing the remakes with the women ensemble cast, like the Ghostbusters, or you kind of like say to yourself, all right, let's just make our own movies like Bridesmaids?
First of all, I love Bridesmaids, and I regret I was working in Denver at Comedy Works, and the audition came in, and I had a Sunday night show, and I could only audition on Monday. And because I couldn't, she wouldn't let me out of Sunday to fly home early, so I missed the opportunity to audition because I was living out in LA.
Wow.
But to answer your question, yeah, I think it's great, you know, because I think I was Sandra Bullock in that one.
Sandra Bullock, which one was she in? I don't think
She
she was in
was-
the Ghostbusters, but she was in like maybe one of those.
She teamed up with Melissa McCarthy, who I
Oh yeah, that was a great movie.
love,
Yes, that was great.
love.
They were a
No,
great team.
They were amazing. You know what is interesting? Because I have a memory of like the films that really left a mark from the 80s, and Fish Called Wanda. And I just remember
That's a
thinking,
great.
yes, but then I watched it and I didn't find it that funny.
You pompous, stuck-up, snot-nosed, English, giant, twerp, scumbag, fuckface, dickhead, asshole.
How very interesting. You're a true vulgarian, aren't you?
Some things don't stand the test of time, where to the point where I just want to keep things in my memory sometimes.
Right.
Like old TV, like I grew up with the Bionic Man, the $6 Million Man. Steve Austin.
I was president of the Long Island chapter.
No
of
way,
his
really?
Fan club.
That's awesome.
I met him too. I ran up to him. I was at the Peninsula Hotel in LA, and there he was. And first of all,
Lee
I had a
Majors.
massive crush on him. And I said to him, I was like, hi, oh my God, I'm Marla. I'm so happy to meet you. I was president of the Long Island chapter of the Steve Majors. And he was like, nice to meet you. And he was like, with this, like, I guess, I don't know if it was wife or whatever, but they were like, you know, like move along.
Wow.
And I was so excited.
That's awesome, though, because I if I would have known that fan club existed, I would have been a part of it, because I loved Steve Austin, Lee Majors. I was a huge fan, but I watched the show like within the last year or so. It was on TV. I was like, oh, so I sat down, I put it on, excited. It was not.
Really?
It wasn't good. I was like, this is boring, and they, you know, and just bad acting. Everything about it was upsetting me. Like I didn't like any of it. And then it finally gets to the end where the Bionics, and he starts doing his thing, and it's just so it did not stand the test of time. So
Was somebody like hitting a, you know, he was like, Did you ever watch The Bionic Woman?
Yes, I loved it. Lindsay, what was her name? Lindsay
Wagner.
Yeah, Lindsay Wagner. Yeah, I love that. I used to have the action dolls. We don't call them dolls. We call and I had both them, and I used to play with them all the time when I was a kid. I love those things. I still have them. They're in a box.
That's amazing. Those are collector's items.
And the rocket that you put them in. Yeah, I had all that stuff. I loved that's great. See that? We have a lot in common, Marla.
Yes, we do. And plus, we're both Long Islanders, which is, you know, the ultimate, you know,
Yes,
thing
indeed.
in common.
Where'd you grow up on the island?
I grew up in Huntington.
Oh.
Yeah, Huntington Village, Huntington Bay. I went from the village side to the bay side, and I loved it. And the thing is, I was very well known because my parents would take off. You know, this is before cell phones and internet. They were like, "Bye, you have a problem." You know, my dad called the dock master. You know, because they had a sailboat and they just took off. I had keg parties. Everybody was banged in my house. 534 graduating students. I think maybe like, I don't know, half to 3/4 had sex in my house. I did a lot of laundry.
Wow, you had the party house in Huntington.
Huge party house.
That's awesome.
Huge.
Yeah, you must have been like the most popular person. Like you probably could have charged admission to your parties.
You know what? Hindsight's 2020. Listen, my parents got me a keg for my Sweet 16.
That's awesome. Wow.
But that's what parents did. They were like, "You want a drink? Sure. You know, oh, you had your bar mitzvah, your confirmation, perfect." I had a keg, and you look at parents now.
Oh, forget it.
Oh my God.
And what's crazy is those parents now were those kids at that keg party. And they're not letting their kids do it, right? So we keep evolving, but we keep evolving the opposite way you would have thought. Instead of being more lenient, we're more stricter.
Are you that way with your kids?
No, I'm not. Well, I would like to think I'm riding it in the middle, but
that's good.
Yeah, I'm. You know, it can't help it. It's not the end thing to say that I'm trying to be like the cool dad, you know, but you try to be the cool dad, but you also want to be the disciplined dad too.
Right.
So it's a fine line because you need them to take you seriously. Like if I'm their friend, then that could be like, yeah, whatever, you know. So I can't always be their friend. I can't always be cool dad.
I would say you're probably really cool dad because, and I have a feeling your kids aren't pussies because you meet these kids and the little snowflakes and they're so sensitive. Speaking of, were you a fan of Karate Kid?
Yes, I loved. You see the new Cobra Kai thing on Netflix? It's awesome, isn't it?
That guy, hey lip, hey tits, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's bringing it back. It's so awesome.
Yes.
I never thought I would love Johnny.
Do not allow weakness in this dojo. So you can leave your asthma and your peanut allergies and all that other made up bullshit outside. Is that understood?
But did you know his whole backstory about, you know, Ed Asner type, you know, his mother married, I don't remember the stepfather being so nasty and hard on him.
Oh my God. It ain't the Karate King.
Yeah, I think we're just discovering that now with the new show. I think then when the movie, we were all about Ralph Macchio character.
Right.
And now we're finding out that perhaps Ralph Macchio was really the bad guy all along.
Oh, yeah, because he's so, you know, you would think he's so insecure and you would think somebody who's had, you know, I lived in LA and I knew like Reseda and up in the valley, but you think somebody who had, you know, was so successful and with the country club that, you know, he wouldn't care, but boy, and he won. So what's sticking it, like, what's, you know, sticking in his craw, whatever that
yeah, I know. He had this thing his whole life, apparently. Even his car dealership commercials, he's got to do the karate thing on that. I mean, he was totally full of it. It's, you know, but have you watched both seasons yet?
No, I just watched the 5th episode. I'm staying up at night. It's like 1 o'clock. And then I wake, I'm like, why? It's so good. But when he first met Mickey, and he was like, listen, he goes, listen, Menudo. I was like, Menudo! That's what it was like, you know?
Yes. And it's not really a spoiler, but can I tell you one thing that you might get a kick out of being a Long Islander? All right. There's a scene, I think it's in the first season. See, they both ran on YouTube Red like a couple years ago. So I've seen
this season. I mean, this show.
Yeah, season 1 and 2 ran on YouTube Red about 2 years ago. So now they finally sold them because YouTube Red folded. So now they sold them to Netflix. So now Netflix is going to continue it on and do the 3rd season. So I saw these.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're great. They're amazing. And I love the nostalgia. I loved all the callbacks to the first movie. It's perfect. I love Johnny's character. But there's one cool thing that's not a spoiler. It doesn't affect the story at all. But there's one scene where Johnny is wearing a Zebra, the rock band Zebra t-shirt. And you remember Zebra?
Yes.
They were, yeah, a Long Island metal band. They had the hit song, Tell Me What You Want.
Yes.
So I was like, because Zebra is such a band that nobody remembers. So I was just like, yeah, this is awesome. So
We
look
used
for
to
that.
listen. I will. I just remember, like, in high school, we would all like pile into the car we had these bongs. They weren't bongs, but they were like one hitters, and you would light something and you'd squeeze it, and you'd be driving the like country Esquire, and you'd be bouncing on the causeway, and then that song would be blasting.
Yes.
And Eddie Money.
Yes, and Long Islander.
I got two tickets to paradise. And rest in peace, Eddie Money. And
Yes.
then there was a couple of other Long Island bands.
There were the Good Rats were around. Twisted Sister.
I wasn't into Twisted Sister. I was totally into the Ramones.
The Ramones, yeah.
And the
Yes,
Cars
the
and
Cars.
the Police.
Yes, excellent. We definitely would have hung out if I was in Huntington. I was in
Without a
Brentwood.
doubt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Without a doubt.
We've been talking about Bionic Man and rocking out to
Bordy Barn.
Eddie Money.
It's like,
The Bordy Barn, yeah.
Barn.
Yeah. Good
That was a great
times.
place.
The political climate these days. Is it fodder for material for you? Do you ever do political stuff? Because you've been around for a while, and I don't recall you ever doing political stuff. You
Nope.
kind of.
I'm a frequent guest on John Fugelsang's show on Sirius. Tell Me Everything.
I'm so feminist. I leave the seat down in the men's room. I'm very feminist. Believe me, if I was any more sensitive, I'd be a clit. I'm very feminist, trust me.
And he's uber liberal.
Yeah, he's
and
super duper. I follow him on
super
Twitter.
duper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not. I always said I'm a like middle of the road Democrat. But because, as a Jewish person, I don't think that the progressives, there's a ton of anti-Semitism in the party, and it really pisses me off. And, with bail reform and no bail reform, I'm just like, what the, first of all, I think de Blasio is a big piece of shit.
Yeah,
So
that's one thing I think both sides all agree on.
yeah. I think what he's done to the city, and it's filthy. And you get, a friend of mine lives down in the 30s, and she goes, it looks like, an apocalyptic heroin smoke den. There's like needles and people strewn all over the place. So it's crazy. But the political climate, it's when you have our president who's been on tape and talking about how he doesn't have to shake disgusting people's hands, and he doesn't care. He lied to us. He knew it was bad, and he still refuses. And one of his close cronies, Herman Cain, went to the Tulsa and died of COVID like a week later. There's super spikes. And the country, except for the blue states, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, all of us that are adhering to mask wearing, we're keeping it under control. And for people to say it's, and even the president, he could have been an amazing leader. He would have had this hook, line, and sinker, but the economy isn't doing well. People aren't going, kids are in school, and people are dying. And what's really fucked up is that the 1918 pandemic, nothing has changed in the course of treatment and how to stop it in 100 years.
That is what's crazy. I saw pictures. I didn't even realize they were the 1917 pictures. The people wearing masks and stuff, and there was a sign that said, you will be fined if you're not wearing a mask or something. I thought that was now. That was 1917, and the masks are even the same. The masks haven't even evolved. We'd have those the good ones. What are they called?
N95s.
N95s, but the ones that everybody gets are the same exact ones that they had in 1917. It's crazy.
These.
There you go. Those. And I got mine. I just got this one, which is I gotta get
cool.
I gotta get a funnier one, but this is it.
Is that 2-ply or 1-ply?
This I believe this one's 2-ply.
Do you know the test? You hold a lighter or a match, and if you can blow and it blows out, it's not strong enough.
Yeah, because when I took the plane, because I was just in Orlando doing the shoot for the Special Olympics, which was a lot of fun and very inspiring. And
Very
then,
cool.
yeah, and then when I'm on the plane, I do the N95 mask, the better
Smart.
one. Yeah, because that one kind of suctions more to your face, and
Do you wear glasses?
I do.
Good for you. Because
Yeah.
there's a study that says, when the China virus came out, they said that, 10% of the patients, the ones that didn't get coronavirus, they were wearing glasses because I'm telling you, like
Spittle. Yep.
you get that jizz in your eye.
It brought to light a lot of things that I didn't know pre-COVID, that people spitting, like when you talk to somebody, they're spitting all in your face all the time. Like, think about it. It's just crazy. Like how much like spittle in our food, like people cook and
I'm getting goosebumps. I'm just, ugh.
It is. So I don't know if the world will ever go back to what we remember it. I think we're going forward. It's going to be like kind of after 9/11, we had to take off our shoes in the airport, just as one of the small things that changed for us. But it's going to be like that. I think moving forward, we're always going to be, washing our hands, cautious around people, strangers, more cautious.
Don't pick your nose and eat it.
Yeah, never do that. No matter how delicious that is.
I know.
Stay away.
It was like, oh yeah.
I never understood kids who did that. It was just so weird.
You never picked your nose and ate it?
Never ate it. Not intentionally. Not intentionally.
Yeah, you'd be like,
yeah, by accident.
I remember I had a boyfriend and I had a runny nose and we were like making out and all of a sudden he goes, was that snot? And I was like, oh, yeah.
That's awesome. See, I'm learning all this new stuff about you, Marlis. It's terrific.
I got a, very prepubescent young boy sense of humor. Somebody trips, somebody farts, I'm like,
I was just telling somebody the other day, I was telling him about comedy. There was a kid I was with actually in Orlando. And I was explaining to him about certain things are always funny. That the very first joke ever written was like years ago, like Aristotle days or something. But you could like Google it. It was a fart joke. The first joke ever recorded on paper was a fart joke. Yes.
Fart joke. Good to know.
And isn't that perfect? That even all the way back in like BC times, the first recorded joke was a fart joke. So they were always funny. Farts are funny forever. They're never not going to be. And it's a human thing that we all do. And that's what makes it so great.
Have you performed behind plexiglass in front of audiences with masks on?
I have not, but Governors was doing that for the few months that we were back open, and the plexiglass was up. They were performing there. It was great. They had, pretty big acts come through. David Tell came through there, Dice, and then all of our great local comics were having shows there. And then it got shut down again. And it's a shame because they did so much. Governors had done so much.
The best club in the world.
Yes, I agree totally. They're awesome. But
incredible. Yeah, I just I performed in front of plexiglass and I was like, oh my God, I feel like a whore in Amsterdam. It was like $5, make you holler with laughter. And it was just
like you're in the window, yeah.
Yeah. Want to laugh. Hey, come on. And then you're performing with people with masks on. Look at this. I mean,
you can't even see them laughing or anything.
Yeah, you're like, especially if women have Botox. Hey, nothing.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we got to figure this out. We have to get the comedy clubs back, figure out a safe way to do it. I think the outdoor shows were good, but the plexiglass is working. And but you need to feel the energy too from the fans, from the people, the audience, But
that you do.
but now people could watch you, and we could all drain the main pain while we watch Flip the Switch. Do you have a night and everything already set up?
Yes, it's going to be Tuesdays. So it's going to be like a comedy. It's going to be, the show will be on Tuesdays, I think around I think it was 5 o'clock Eastern, 1 or 2, what is that, 2 o'clock Pacific, or 4. It's going to be in that range because I want to hit both East and West Coast.
Nice. Excellent.
For my fans.
Yes. Marla Schultz, you're awesome. This was great conversation. I feel like we can just keep going and going.
Yes.
But we'll definitely have to have you back on. And if I'm,
Oh yeah, you could. I would love to have you on.
Yeah, I think I fit the bill. I think I fit kind of what you're looking for.
Hey, and I got a great Psycho Farm for you.
All right, cool. I could do that. That'd be fantastic. You're awesome. So everybody catch, you have marlaschultz.com, right?
Yep.
And people could also follow you on Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I need to get more active on Twitter. The content that you have to create, it just feels so self-promotional, especially taking pictures of yourself. That's why I'm always like, I have a new video that I'm coming out with, like, get creative with masks, and I'm in a shower with a scuba mask on because I can't help but be stupid. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, kind of silly.
Excellent. Well, Marla, you're awesome. And everybody check out Marla Schultz, and check out on Tuesday nights, starting in October, Flip the Switch with Marla Schultz.
Thank you, Don. Stay safe and healthy, and everybody, mask up, bitches.
Yes, mask up, everybody. Where's mine? Yes, indeed. All right.
It's important.
And we could do all the shows like this in the future, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, especially I haven't had Botox in a while because what if you be like, yeah, Don, that's really funny.
Take care, Marla. You're awesome. Peace.
Adios, amigo.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You have to subscribe to Don Sill's show, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up on GOVS Radio. It's the show with his buddy Benny. They're good buddies. They're on TV. I don't know what I'm saying.
Ciao, my friends. It's me, Alfredo GOVS, celebrity chef, and I love youths. Here's a 5 of things to remember, never to forget. 5. Here's a 1 thing. If the cat's got your tongue, maybe you eating the wrong pussy. Here's another thing. Whoever says you can't have your cake and eat it too is a lousy cook. You don't want to eat in that house. I go to Taco Bell before I eat over there. Here's another thing. You can't buy a stairway to heaven, but you can buy the Brooklyn Bridge. I got the deed, the Brooklyn Bridge, I sell it to you, no problem. Here's another thing. If the grass always looks greener on the other side, maybe you need a new landscape. I got one more thing. People who dance to the beat of a different drum got a bongo up their ass. I don't kid you not. And that's the 5 things to remember, never to forget. Ciao, my friends. Thank you. I see you again soon. Mwah, mwah. Holy crap. Holy crapola.
Once hello, Professor Fedora again. Once this time I traveled all the way to Russia. Once I've gone ahead to see if they have any coronavirus here. But there's none to be found anywhere in Russia because Vladimir Putin isn't putting up with it. Sorry. What's kind of like this whole area, they're not very funny or very into comedy. What's they're very strict on everything. What's that's probably why the coronavirus hasn't even gone ahead to survive around here. Let's go ahead and check me out next week where I go ahead and I travel all the way, well, not all the way, but to Ireland. Once I'll see how the coronavirus is either up or down, considering how much they have drank already. Once I'm gonna go ahead, I thought of this great song. Once if you're blue and you want to know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? What's Putin on the Ritz? No? No good? Okay. See you next week.
The message can't be much clearer. Radio's on and it's GOVS comedy. What's behind me in the mirror? Oh, that's right, it's also on TV. I can't wait for the action. I'm sick of sitting around here trying to read a book. I need a laugh reaction. After I watched just once, then I was hooked. Now I don't want to miss any. Saturday night, you know I'm tuned to GOVS. I get to see Don and Benny. It's PUSUSU, put up, shut up, and stand up.
All right, Benny, that's the show for today. Our last Saturday show, man.
Yeah, going out with a bang, man.
Yes, indeed. Marla
Going out
Schultz
with a bang.
rocked. I want to thank everybody who participated and was a part of this show. Always a fun time. And also, let everybody know to subscribe. Put up, shut up, stand up on YouTube. Subscribe to us today.
To the link. To the
yeah,
link.
you can't go wrong. And are you all set for Wednesday?
I am ready for Wednesday, buddy.
Wednesday's going to be
I'm
a
ready.
blast. We have Tony Walker and Sally. We're going to meet up with
Yeah.
them at White Post Farms. And then we got Joe Pontillo and Fudge will be joining us.
I love them guys. I love all of them.
Yeah, it's going to
They're all
be
great.
It's going to be a fun one. So
Fun show, buddy.
and also Sherry Poland is going to be a part of our team and doing some stuff as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right.
Good
See
times.
you Wednesday, my man.
See you on Wednesday, Benny. Only a few days away. Tune in, everybody. 8 o'clock Wednesday nights right here. GovsRadio.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Boxcast. Because like Ken says, we on TV. And
We
we're
on
here at
TV.
the end of the show.
We are on TV.
Love it. And we'll have a lot more Ken Pichelle songs as well. And we're going to, maybe Ken Pichelle could do a version of a song as Captain Kirk.
Cool.
How would it sound, Benny?
You put me on the spot with a song here. All right, wait. I'm trying to think of a song now. I can't think of a song. Wait. Hey, Mr. PUSUSU, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. PUSUSU, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there ain't no place I'm going to. Scotty, beam me up.
Yes, Benny Gooch, Razzuti, Scotty, beam us all up. We'll see you on Wednesday,
baby.
8 p.m., everyone, right here, GovsRadio.com. Peace, everybody.
Woohoo! Peace, everybody. Woohoo!